This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant Saturday afternoon, everybody. A little Saturday afternoon basketball for you here from Preston Gym here today, as the Preston Indians will take on the Bonneville Bees. Preston coming off a disappointing loss last night against Middleton to snap their 30-game home winning streak, and they'll play for the third place trophy here today as they'll take on Bonneville. Lyle Fuller joins me on the broadcast today. First of all, glad to see you're feeling better. You can be back with us.
Thank you. Glad to be with you, and appreciate Ron filling in so capably and well as he always does. But good to be with you back here this afternoon. I watched the game last night, but I was coughing too much to be of much use on a broadcast. So glad to be here today, though.
What were your impressions of the game last night that Preston ended up on the short end of the stick?
Well, first of all, I think Middleton played as well as they can play. If we play them again down the road in state or whatever, I don't think we'll see a better game out of Middleton. They scouted us extremely well, knew all of our plays, knew our players inside and out, laid off our non-shooters, all those sorts of things that go along with being really well scouted. And then they just hit a lot of shots, and we struggled to hit some shots. So, it's disappointing to lose at home. We're used to being in the championship game of our own Preston Indian Classic instead of the third place game. But that's okay. I mean, I think it's the rare team that goes undefeated, obviously. So you're going to take some losses, you're going to take some lumps. We're integrating new players, whether it's Cole Harris, who is a new move-in who hasn't been in the system, or just players from the junior varsity. All those things take time, and we're still mid-December. So everything's still fine, but, you always want to learn from a win more than a loss, but we'll have to learn from a loss that time.
Ron and I talked about staying out of foul trouble a lot last night, and fortunately Ty ended up with a couple of quick fouls in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter, and ended up sitting out most of the rest of the first half till he avoided picking up his third, and it really kind of only finished the game with only 7 points last night. That really played a big factor to me, at least, in coming up short. But I thought the defense that Middleton played against him was very good.
They did. They bracketed him front and back and they had enough big guys to do that. And they just packed it in and made our shooters try to beat them from the outside. We weren't quite able to hit enough shots to do it. And, it's one of those games where one more dead-eye shooter, like a Cooper Hobson who's out with the injury, would be really nice. But, you go with who you've got. We've got a great bunch this year, and they can do a lot of different things. So they'll come back and learn from that. Learn how to get shots at the rim when Ty's being double-teamed, and try to get some higher percentage looks.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good game last night, so we turn our attentions to this game in Bonneville, who we saw last year in the first round of the Preston Indians Classic, and they put up a pretty good game, but Preston was able to beat them. That was the only meeting that they had between the two teams last year.
Yeah, we've played Bonneville a lot over the years, it seems like, since I've been here anyways, and they're usually a good squad. This year I think they're rebuilding from the team we saw in the tournament last year, but not as much size this year as they had last year. But, a solid team and one that the Indians certainly can't overlook.
If you haven't been with us the last couple of days, the Indians got Rhett Robertson back. After he missed the first 3 games, that knee problem with his left knee. When he comes onto the floor this afternoon, you'll notice he has a brace on his left knee. But then the other bad news was Brecker Knapp is going to miss a couple of months. He has a stress fracture in his foot. He's on crutches.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Brecker, just a sophomore, but about 6'3", and a really good athlete who can play multiple positions for you. So he definitely hurts the depth, and maybe he'll give somebody else a chance to step up from the junior varsity or wherever it may be. But, those are going to be part of basketball. We're just going to have some of those times when guys step up, with whether it's a sprained ankle, foul trouble, or whatever it may be.
Exactly. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back a little bit more on the pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Kasasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stress when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH. KACH.
Welcome back here on the pregame show. We'll ask Lyle Fuller here a couple of things that he might talk about as far as keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, I think offensively, the Indians need to start off really attacking the basket and trying to get Ty going early, where Ty had a subpar game, at least by his standards, last night, and they don't have much size.
The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. Welcome here back to Preston Gym. Time for some basketball. The Preston Indians against the Bonneville Bees. Preston comes in with a record of 4-1, having lost last night. Now here's the starting lineup for your Preston Indians here this afternoon. Scott Dunn will get the start tonight. Scott averaging 15 points a game, had 8 in the game last night. Luke Smaley averages about 11.5. He'll be at the point guard tonight. Cole Harris had a tough night last night, averages 6.7 points per game, but only had 2 points last night. And Garrett Ward, off to a slow start this season, averages about 1.5, was held scoreless last night, and Ty Hyde was with only 7, comes in averaging 16 points per game on the year.
Yeah, looking at the Bonneville starting lineup, Dan, they don't start any seniors. They don't start anybody taller than 6'3". I think Judy, number 23, is probably their most prolific scorer and one of their better players. So we'll see what they try to do with Ty, if they try to front him and back him, or what they try to do in the post.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have a whole lot of height. So fortunately, what they probably need to do is just try to take the action offensively right at him and try to get him in foul trouble, much like last night.
Yeah, and Ty's got to be smart on those. Last night he had a foul right out around half court, but you know, if you're a big guy, you don't want to ever foul way out there. So
nope, absolutely true. And if Bonneville was smart, they watched the game last night and they saw how he was bracketed and how to keep him off the scoreboard for the most part, having only 7 points in the game. So we're ready to jump center. Ty Hyde will jump against Cy Gamon as Ty controls the tap as it goes to Luke Smaley. Luke with it, patrols the outside, now immediately down low to Ty for the layup.
Great start. That's a set play. Of course, they run off that offense. Open layup for Hyde.
So here comes the Bees, the first possession of the game as Johnson gives it off. Comes to McDonald, down low, with a great backdoor pass as it goes to Caleb Stoddard for the easy bucket.
Great cut and great pass also by McDonald there.
Smaley again goes into the corner, done. Again, right back to Ty, lay it in. Ty quickly with 4 points in the game.
Cole Harris down there setting good screens to free up Ty on the low block.
That was the thing about last night against Middleton. They had such size inside. It was tough to set those screens on the little cuts.
Yeah, they had probably better size than us top to bottom. Middleton did. And
Stoddard gives it off. McDonald in the right corner again. Another little layup. This one's missed by Carson Judy. Taken away by the Indians. Quickly up into the front court. Ward almost slipped and fell. Gets it back to Smaley. Ty has it at the left elbow. Dropped it and he has to come back out in the three-point area to get it. Come back to Ward. Back in front of the Burlington bench. Or the Bonneville bench, I should say. Down to Hyde. Spins baseline, but he traveled.
I couldn't see his feet, but the ref called the travel. Again, right back to Ty, though. He made the shot. They just got called for the travel.
First turnover of the game against the Indians. As up into the front court, here comes Carson Johnson. Gives it off to McDonald, top of the key. Goes three full line extended left as it goes there to Gameau. Back out top to Johnson as he pulls the ball back out again. They'll try to set up something new over on the left side. There is Carson Judy. Takes it down to the corner, gets cut off. Back outside, three-pointer here is good, as that's put up and in by Caleb Stoddard.
Yeah, somehow we lost Stoddard there. He was wide open for that one.
So 5-4, the Bees are on top here in the first couple of minutes of the game. Back to Hyde, tried to go up, dropped it, be able to get it back, and again, with no size inside to combat that, Ty has another easy layup.
Yeah, 3 made baskets for the Indians, 3 assists. You like to see that.
As inside offensive foul, Johnson ran into Ty Hyde to be called for the charge.
Johnson looks at his coach like he's 8 inches and 50 pounds heavier than me, coach. How's that on me? But
hey, I bounced off him. I didn't even move him. So 6-5, Preston on top. Goes inside again to Ty. Gets the Beckett and the foul.
Nice little lob over the top by Cole Harris that time. Bees elected to front hide in the post and just lobbed it over the top.
Carson Johnson whistled for his second foul quickly. So he has 2, the team has 2, and Ty's going to go to the free throw line and try to complete the 3-point play. First one is good. First one, only one. Ty's got 9 here in the early going.
It's Ty 9 and Bonneville 5 so far. Great start, though. That's what we want to see.
Full court pressure put on here by the Indians.
Good job by Bonneville to break it. Oh, now we got him.
Right in front of the Preston bench is Johnson, swinging over the left side. 3-pointer there. That's going to need a bounce. Won't get it. Ward up high to get the rebound. To Smaley. Ahead to Dunn. He goes behind him and out of bounds.
Yeah. Saw Scotty streaking down the left side. Just couldn't quite find him. And the Indians will set up pressure again. Cole Harris at the point of the attack there.
A 1-2-1-1 zone press really is what this amounts to be. Goes to McDonald in the corner, drives the baseline, and round high is good. Dylan McDonald with his first 2 points of the game here this afternoon. Quickly at the other end, and goes to Garrett Ward. Garrett was held scoreless last night. Although he certainly tried. He took about 6 threes in the fourth quarter, but unfortunately missed them all.
Yeah.
And this is going to go against Luke Smaley, trying to come over and pressure the ball. That's 1 against Luke. First team foul for the Indians.
Well, Indians set up pressure again.
They'll again pressure the ball as that's going to go to Stoddard, who was able to make the catch. Now kick it back outside. Gameau runs into a man, and a foul's going to be here against Preston. Ran into Garrett Ward, and Garrett's going to be called for the foul. See, this is the great misnomer that you can't ever count on, is exactly how the officials are going to call the game, because it's not consistent from game to game.
Right.
2 team fouls against the Indians here.
Of course, Idaho now with 3 referees set up for varsity.
Comes to High, intercepts the ball. Ty dribbled the length of the court, tried to get it to Ward in the bounce pass. It's knocked away. It'll stay with
a
Preston.
pretty good pass for your center point guard there.
I want to make sure we recognize our friends at Naylor Insurance for sponsoring our keys to the game tonight. For life, home, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street here in Preston. Into the front court, here comes Johnson, goes high off the glass, and
that's 2.
That's going to...
Ty went down hard.
Ty went down hard, and he's holding his hip. That's a foul on Johnson. That is 3.
Oh, Ty's up and limping down the court.
Charging foul. I've seen Ty take worse than that playing football. Yeah, that is. He is one tough kid.
Yeah.
I sat and watched the game last night, the game before our game last night. I sat and watched it with a football coach from Green Canyon.
Yeah.
And he spoke very highly of Ty. They had some inter-squad matchups during the summer before the season started, before school started, and he was very impressed with Ty on the football field as a quarterback. 3-pointer from straight away is by Cy Gameau, and that's good. His first 3 points of the game. The lead for the Indians is now down to 1.
3-point buckets keeping the Bees in it here in the first quarter.
As Smaley flips it up. It doesn't draw iron from about 2 feet. You flip it straight up in the air, then compounds the problem with a foul in the backcourt.
A little bit of a frustration foul. He had a beautiful move, and then they just couldn't finish the shot on the finger roll. But
that'll be 2 for Luke as Gabe Hammonds comes in for him. Also, Rhett Robertson comes into the game.
I think Ty's going to go visit with the trainer. Steal by Ward.
Ward has it. 10-foot jumper, no good. Hammonds chasing after it and able to save it on the floor. Hammonds had 4 or 5 threes in the game last night. He finished with 17. In fact, he had 5.
Yeah, we needed every one of them.
Back out top to Robertson, swinging over on the right side to Dunn. Three-pointer from there, needs a bounce, straight up in the air, won't get it. Robertson taps it a couple of times, can't control it. It's picked up there as Harris throws it back out to an open spot, and Hammonds has to go get it. Back to Dunn, another three. This one's, again, just a hair long off the back iron. Robertson has the rebounds. How many chances are they going to give the Indians on this trip down the floor?
Here we go. Long possession with those offensive rebounds.
Ward right in front of the Bonneville bench. Gives it down low, back to Robertson. He's trapped, so he'll skip it along the baseline. Back to Hammonds, who drives and draws the foul. Great offensive set there by the Indians.
Yeah, did it with Hyde on the bench. I think Ty's still looking for the trainer somewhere to help him with his hip. But Brett Robertson with a couple of key offensive boards there on that one.
Killen Bird called for the foul. That'll be his first, the team's fourth. And here's Gabe Hammonds at the line. Makes the first.
I liked how Gabe was aggressive driving that to the basket. He could have settled for a corner three, and instead chose to drive that in.
No, he has shown a lot of basketball maturity from the limited times that we saw him last year to so far this year.
Yeah, he has. He's somebody that the Indians are going to have to count on this year for a lot of production off the bench.
So he makes both free throws. The lead back out to 13-10. Gamone, free throw line extended right, gives it to Bird to the free throw line. They kick it back out. That's Branson Casper who drops it down low. The shot there is no good by Carson Judy, and Dunn has it in the backcourt. Gives it off to Harris. They go to Ward. Garrett will push back up into the front court. Garrett looks over at the bench, gets some instructions from Coach Jones. It goes to Hammonds, now back to Ward again. And then
Smalley
back
on the
out
bench
top.
with Garrett running point, yep.
Back to Dunn, back to Ward. Takes another three, in and out. Boy, he's living in tough luck. His three-pointers in the last 24 hours. As that's going to be a foul in the backcourt on Cole Harris.
Bonneville crowd getting restless at the no calls there. A mock cheer for the officials, as they call that foul.
That's 4 team fouls here on the Indians.
4 apiece, I guess so. Good full court pressure here now.
Again, full court pressure as Stoddard trying to weave his way through it. They finally able to break the press. Hammonds almost had the interception. Goes back to Stoddard. Dribbles into the right corner, now kicks it back out top. They swing it back over on the left side, now back out top again. Back to Stoddard. Three-pointer from straight away by Gamone. That's no good. Tap by Dunn, controlled by Robertson, who takes a whack in the face from McDonald.
Yeah.
That's 5 on the team for Bonneville, and the first on McDonald. 1:19 to play. Preston up by 3 here in the first quarter. As Ward has it on the left side, back to Dunn. Another three from Scotty. That's again equally not as good. Preston has had trouble shooting threes, with the exception of Hammonds last night and so far here in this game here today.
Yeah, Scotty open right from the top there. That's usually a high percentage shot right from dead on top of the key, but couldn't get that one to fall.
Bryce Reeser, the sophomore, back into the game. Number 2 in green for Bonneville as they get it in back in the backcourt as it goes to Ward. Back across the timeline with 1 minute to play in the quarter. Garrett drives all the way, goes high off the glass, no good. Robertson tapped it, kick it back out to Hammonds. He's got a 3, and he makes it. Soft touch off that rim as Gabe makes his first 3 of the game.
Another good offensive rebound by the Indians.
16-10, 40 seconds left here in the quarter. Turn at the free throw line as Bird turns, takes a little jumper. That's off the back iron. Robertson has the rebound, and that'll be a foul on Bird. That'll be his second.
Yeah, now Ty will come in for Cole Harris. You know, Robertson's given us some good minutes here in this quarter, Dan. He's not scored, but he's tipped some balls and grabbed some key rebounds. Done a good job.
Ty Hyde back in for the Indians. That's a good sign. 34 seconds left here in the first quarter. Preston has built the lead back up to 6. Garrett Ward brings it back across the midcourt stripe. Robertson comes to meet the ball as Robertson and Hyde mound the floor at the same time. tried to get it inside to Ty. Ty really couldn't move that well to try to go and get it as it's taken away by Gamone. 17 seconds to play in the quarter. Get it inside, Reeser at the elbow, throws it out of bounds.
Just threw it right out of bounds. So 13 seconds. Luke not on the floor right now. It'll be Garrett Ward to trigger the offense.
So we'll give it to Ward, comes across the midcourt stripe with 9 seconds to play in the quarter. They'll put it right into action as they give it back out to Dunn. Scotty's got another look at a three. That's no good again. Ward with the rebound, put it back up and in at the buzzer.
There you go. Boy, offensive rebounding huge in that quarter.
Preston finishes the quarter with an 8-point lead. It's 18-10. We'll go to the second right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
We'll start the second quarter. Preston with an 8-point lead. You know, Lyle, even though Preston lost last night, it's only the 45th loss in the coaching history of Ty Jones here at Preston High School.
Oh, wow, yeah.
They kick it over in the corner. Goes there to Gamone. Gamone loses it, taken away by Dunn. Here come the Indians 2-on-1 to Dunn. Back to Ward, rather, back to Dunn. Perfect 2-on-1.
That was really pretty. Really nice.
Timeout on the floor. We'll sneak a timeout in here as well. We'll be right back after this 30-second break.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Ball just back in bounds. Preston loses it quickly up the floor. Here comes the Bees as Reeser misses a little reverse layup. He tried to spin up around Ty Hyde and couldn't get it to go. Ward brings the ball back up into the front court. Garrett will pull the ball back out now set up the offense. As Dunn comes across, Hammonds has it in the right corner. Down on the block, it goes to Hyde. Ty turns, the double team. Yep, they went to school on that game last night as they bracket Ty. Again, he's able to squiggle through it, lays it off as it goes to Robertson for the layup.
Yeah, Rhett just standing there wide open under the basket. Good shovel pass from Ty.
That's the pass last night that Ty didn't make when they double teamed him. Stoddard here on the near side, right in front of the Preston bench, a three-pointer by Cy Gamone. Another his second three of the game. He has 6, and here comes Luke Smaley back into the game. He'll check in, be back in for Preston when the ball's dead. 22-13, 6:45 to play here in the first half. Back again on the block. It goes back to Ty. Looks for somebody to give it to. Kick it back to Hammonds. That's a good guy to look for. Three-pointer is good. His second three. He's got 8 so far here tonight.
That's what we were talking about, Dan. When Ty being doubled, finds a shooter, knocks it down.
Gamone back to Stoddard. Free throw line. They kick it back outside. Now it goes to McDonald. Back to the free throw line. Carson Judy makes his first shot of the game. Preston lead is 10, 25-15. Ward again into the court to Hammonds. They almost held him. Back out top to Garrett. He'll lob it inside again to Ty. Looks back door. Can't get to Robertson, so he'll just take a step and take the layup himself.
Yeah, Ty's man on a mission here. There's a steal by Ward.
As the ball ends up in the hands of Roberts, back to Hammonds, and goes to Dunn for the easy layup. Now the press is starting to pay dividends now.
Yeah, sometimes it is just a little bit of a matter of time to wear him down on that press.
Runs into Dunn. That's no foul against Gamone. Swing it back over to McDonald. That's knocked down by Ty. Ty almost runs over Hammonds twice. Gives it back to Hyde. Lay it up and in.
Ty was kind of pushing Gabe down the floor there, but it worked. He got it back and scored a hoop.
He's like a thoroughbred trying to get a colt out of the way. Bounce pass goes to Judy. His shot no good. Dunn hustles for the rebound. Scotty, here he comes across midcourt. Back to Ward. Ward goes back to Hammonds. Gabe's got another look at a three. That one's short. Long rebound comes off. He gets his own rebound in the paint. Goes up left-handed and he's fouled.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Luke Smaley's been sitting there checked in, waiting to come in for the last minute and a half.
He'll need to re-stretch maybe before he goes in now.
So Hammonds goes to the line. He's going to shoot two. This will be his third and fourth free throws of the game, and the first one is good.
Cole Harris back in as well.
He's made all three as Smaley and Harris come back in. Now Hammonds will try to make it 4 for 4 from the free-throw line. And he does. So Hammonds with 10 here in the first half. He and Ty in double figures. As they get it up into the front court, finally. Gamone gives it off in the corner. Three-pointer from the corners off the side of the board by Bird. Smaley has it ahead to Ty. Couple of long steps, but it took a couple too many.
Well, it's all right. Good unselfish play by Luke, though. We had a 3-on-1. Probably anybody could have finished, but gave it up to Ty.
It's the Jordan rules. It is they don't give Ty the same rules they give Michael Jordan.
Right.
It's down low. It goes to Casper. His layup is no good. Harris has the rebound to Smaley. Again ahead to Ty. Bounce it down low to Dunn. Can't get a shot. Kick it back out to Harris. Back to Smaley. Scotty Dunn from the right corner for three. That one won't go. Hyde up high to get the rebound. They're going to call that on Ty.
Yeah.
And that'll be his first.
Loose ball foul going for the rebound.
You know, it's funny because the guy last night for Middleton, Robinette, did that all night long.
Yeah.
And didn't get called once.
Couldn't get called once on it, yeah.
Here on the near side, Bird comes back out top, swing it back to the left side. Casper has it there. Again, swing it back here to the near side, back to Bird. Good ball movement by Bonneville, but they can't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Try to bounce it inside to Gamone. Gamone goes down. Ty goes down. The ball's loose. Ty, like the defensive lineman that he is, gets the ball, and then a timeout called by Coach Jones. 3:47 left here in the first half. 33-15. We're back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Preston up 33-15. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Want to finish that thought on Coach Jones and his record, Lyle, with that loss last night. It was his 45th loss of his Preston career, but he's won 152.
Boy.
That's still up, what, about a 774 winning percentage in his time here at Preston.
Just outstanding, truly outstanding.
As it goes down to Harris. Look out, Hyde in for the layup.
Another assisted basket for the Indians, and Hyde with another shot right at the rim converts.
He got a couple of steps, and I thought it was going to be like a 7:47 getting ready to take off as Ty able to deflect that and hit it out of bounds.
Good energy by the Indians here in the second quarter, Dan. They're in a zone when they pull off the pressure, but they're flying around, they're talking, their hands are up. Now they say that, they lose a shooter.
Look out, as it's Casper going around the flying Dunn, as comes back out as it goes to Hammonds. Back out top to Smaley into the front court.
Well,
tries to get it back to Hyde, he traveled.
Traffic jam, yeah, too many guys in the same 3-foot circle.
That's the 5th turnover of the game here against Preston in the first half. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Preston up 20. Casper down the sideline and a kick there. So it'll stay down here at the Bonneville end and be their ball out of bounds.
Normal starting 5 in for Preston, other than Hammonds in for Garrett Ward right now.
Bryce Reeser and Devin McDonald back in for the Bees. As it comes back in, they'll swing it back to Kellen Bird for a 3. That's short, long rebound. It's done to pick it up. Here comes Scotty all the way, 1-on-2, laid in.
That was just so fast. He puts so much pressure on the defense when he takes off like a bolt down the floor like that.
Inside, Reeser tries to turn on Hyde. Blocked by Hyde. Picked up in the corner by McDonald. The 3 is good. Count it, foul. Foul's going to go on Harris. Harris got just a touch of him.
Yeah, one of those where the shooter gets the shot all the way through the follow-through and then gets fouled.
And an Academy Award-winning performance by McDonald to draw the foul. So he makes the 3 and hits the free throw both. That gives him 6 here in the first half.
Yeah. So Rhett Robertson back in then for Cole Harris now. So Twin Towers.
I like this setup with Robertson and Hyde as it quickly Ty turns around and finds Robertson standing under the basket for the layup.
Yeah.
Back up by 20 again, 39-19. Coming up on 2:10 to play here in the first half. Reeser in front of the Preston bench, splits the defense, gives it off there to Gamone. Outside three-pointer, high arching three-pointer is no good. Put up there by Johnson. Preston has the rebound quickly into the front court. Hyde is cut off and fouled as the foul is going to go against Caleb Stoddard.
Yeah. Hyde out there at the point of the break.
That's 8 team fouls tonight here on Bonneville. And the first on Stoddard. So Ty goes back to the free throw line. He'll shoot a couple, and the first one is good. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find anywhere in the Cache Valley. So Ty was 16, make it 17 here in the first half. He's certainly trying to make up for lost time last night when he only had 7 points the entire game.
He's shooting well and passing well this game. Yep. Oh, there goes Luke for a steal.
Oh, he's fouled. Jumps in front of it. Yeah, fouled there. They didn't call it, and then they call the out of bounds because he stepped on the line. Caleb Stoddard got away with a pretty good shove of Luke after he stole the ball. As Luke is now going to come back off.
Yeah, third day of a 3-day tournament. You're up by 20. Coach Jones going to his bench a little more, get some more guys in.
Inside, Gamone kicks it back outside as it goes to Bird. Swing it back around to McDonald. Free throw line extended right. Now he'll cast the 3 over the top of the defense. Ugly shot taken down by Ty. What a pass out to the front court. Hit Dunn. I saw that all football season as he hit Dunn in dead stride.
Wow. A 70-foot outlet pass hit him right on the money for the layup.
There's a kick on Hammond. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bees. Yeah, it seemed like once or twice a game he would just throw one down the middle and let Scott run and go get it. There was nobody in this conference who could keep up with him, and Dunn would just outrun everybody to the ball. Stoddard, bounce pass in on the corner to Gamone. His pass inside, no good. as Robertson battles for the ball, and the ball's going to be last touched by Reeser and out of bounds to the Indians. 54 seconds to play in the half. Don't forget, stay tuned for the Ralph's Construction halftime report. That's coming up at the halftime break. Preston up big, 43-19. 24-point advantage. Comes to Hammonds. Back down on the left block this time to Ty, holding it. Now wants to back in. Has now the double team comes. It kicks it back to Ward. Back to Dunn. Back in the right corner. Hammonds a three. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Ward out jumps Ty for the rebound and puts it in. And he hits the basket.
There you go. Garrett Ward, excellent rebounder for a guard, about 6'2", and he just has a knack for getting there where the ball's going to be.
Foul goes on Bryce Reeser, and that's his first, and Ward would go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. First one by Ward is good.
Well, good little bounce-back game for Garrett here after a tough shooting night last night.
He has 7 in the first half, and we're inside 20 seconds to play in the half. Ball again poked loose, taken away by Hammonds. Quickly up into the front court, tries to drive, split the defense, and lay it in.
I'm not sure he could make that again in a horse game, but it went in.
8 seconds to play. Comes over to Gameau, takes it down into the right corner, can't get a shot there. They'll get it back out to Stoddard, takes a three to beat the clock, air ball. So Preston flexes their muscles a bit here in the first half against Bonneville as they lead 48-19, a 29-point lead as they go to the halftime break. Stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction halftime report is coming up right after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH. It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on-site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston. The halftime report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Indians up 48-19. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report. We've talked about the two teams a little bit here as we've gone along during the day, but coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon, if you want to see some more great basketball, Meridian will take on Middleton in the championship game here of the Preston Indians Classic. Talk about classic. That'll be a classic matchup.
That should be a really good one. Of course, both those teams out of the Boise area, they're probably thinking we could have just stayed home and played each other in the gym somewhere, but here they are. Meridian looks to battle Rocky Mountain for supremacy in the 5A ranks this year, and Middleton started out the season ranked number 2 in the coaches poll for 4A after beating us, who were ranked number 1. Maybe we'll swap, I don't know, but that should be a really good matchup. Meridian has a really big kid, Roberry, who's about 6'9" or 6'10", a lot of other big guys. So that should be a really good matchup.
Yep. So let's turn our attentions to this game as Preston comes out and puts up 48 points in the first half after a disappointing loss last night.
Yeah, just about equaled the total from last night in the first half alone, offensive output-wise. And, again, you see today what we wanted to see. A lot of energy, a lot of offensive flow. They got Ty going early. And Garrett, who struggled last night, got him going. Really, Luke Smaley's had a very quiet first half, and yet we're still up big. So really good half of basketball for the Indians.
48-19, Preston leads it. We'll come back, look at the score sheet from the first half right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
COACH. 5 letters synonymous with leadership and encouragement. A person who cares about your success in athletics, but even more about your success in life. Hear from the coach right here on the Coach Craig Smith Show.
The Coach Craig Smith Show, live from the new Chicago Pizza location in Logan. Monday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH. KACH.
We're back here at halftime. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half. First for the Bonneville Bees, as Bryce Reeser played but did not score. Branson Casper also played but did not score, nor did Killian Bird. Want to find somebody who actually put points on the board? You got to go all the way down to Caleb Stoddard. He had 5 in the first half. Cy Gamone had 6. Carson Judy had 2, and Devin McDonald had 6 in the first half of play. For the Indians, Ty Hyde rebounded big from last night, had 17 in the first half. Scott Dunn had 8. Luke Smaley did not score, nor did Cole Harris. Garrett Ward finished the first half with 7. Gabe Hammonds hit a pair of threes and had 12 in the first half. And Rhett Robertson had a total of 4 in the first half as well. Preston was 8 for 8 from the free throw line during the first half, and they turned the ball over a total of 5 times during the first 2 quarters of play. 48-19, Preston on top. This has been the Props Construction halftime report. The second half coming up right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
In the good old days, you did business with people who treated you well, had a firm handshake, and looked you in the eye. At West Motor here in Preston and Logan, that's the way we did it. Since then, we've grown and added technology, but we didn't leave the good stuff out. We still offer a free car wash when you're in for service. We offer quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles. We look you in the eye when we give you our no-charge lifetime powertrain warranty, and we finish every deal with a firm handshake. The good old days were good, and these days are good too. We know we've been here all along. Visit West Motor today.
West Motor Company.com. It's the end of a long day, and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston, with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Second half just a few seconds away as Preston leading by 29, 48-19.
Yeah, and I might mention, Dan, our junior varsity will play at 3 o'clock in the championship game of the JV tournament. So if fans still want to come out and catch the second half of this game and wander over to the Preston Old Gym to catch the JV, that'd be fun too.
You can see what's coming up as far as next year and beyond is the very heavy senior-laden roster for the Preston Indians this year. So here we go, second half. Ball belongs to the Indians to start the second half. Luke Smaley, in fact, they'll bring the starting 5 back out here to start the third quarter. Will Coach Jones. As the ball comes into Luke. Luke gets a bounce pass to Cole Harris at the left elbow. He'll hand it to Ward, goes by, stop, pulls up, can't get a shot. He's double teamed now, so he'll kick it back out, give it back to Smaley.
Bonneville in a man-to-man should be able to find Ty here if they're playing man.
Comes back to Dunn, three-pointer from the left side. Short again. As the rebound is off, it's taken by Johnson. Runs the ball back up into the front court. Three-pointer of his own. That's in and out, tapped and goes out of bounds. It'll stay, however, with the Bees underneath their own basket.
Yeah. So neither team hits their first three-point attempt of the half.
Get it in. Ty standing in the middle. Cutter's coming through as Judy comes through the paint. And if McDonald gets lost and goes wide open and gets an easy layup.
Yeah. Not often we're caught flat-footed on that inbounds, but
first 2 points of the half go to the Bees as they get it down low on the baseline, and Luke stepped out of bounds. That's a tough pass.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to get Luke down on the box. He can score posting up especially against a smaller player, but couldn't find him that time.
McDonald has it in the right corner. We'll bring it back out. It goes to Stoddard. Goes to Johnson now. Now back to Stoddard. Now back to Johnson. He'll line up another three. That needs a bounce, won't get it. Lands in Ty Hyde's hands. He'll give it to Harris. Cole coming full speed up into the front court. Ward goes baseline, lost it momentarily, then almost threw it away. Somehow it ends up back in the hands of Dunn. And Luke Smaley now has to wait because 2/3 of his team were headed the other way.
Yeah.
Harris down low to Smaley on the right block for the layup. Luke Smaley. Luke's first 2 points of the game makes it 50-21.
Yeah, they can exploit that matchup. A much smaller player on Luke trying to guard him in the post.
Back out top again, back to Johnson. Gives it off to Stoddard. Kind of a 2-1-2 zone offense here for the Bees. Comes back to Johnson, looks at the three, doesn't take it again. To Stoddard, now back to Johnson, now back to Stoddard. just probing, looking for a crease to go get somewhere inside. Now they get it as Gamon hits a little running layup. Gamo is, I guess, the way they're pronouncing it. Ward, free throw line extended right, back out top to Harris. Back on the left side to Dunn. Scotty's going to drive this time, flip it up at the basket. It won't go in, but he's fouled.
Scotty knifes in there. I always worry about his broken arm a little bit when he does that, but he's fearless with the drive. He's wearing the soft cast on his left forearm again. Of course, that was a football injury.
Wasn't wearing that last night. I got to tell you, when that game against Minico, when he hurt his arm, I have never seen anybody run that fast in my life. As if shot is good by Scott Dunn. Their number one running back for Minico broke open, and he was running 45 yards for a touchdown. He had a 15-yard lead on Scott, and Scott caught him at before the goal line.
Wow.
Second one is good. I was teasing Cole Harris later in an interview before the game and asked him if he was as fast as Scott Dunn. He just looked at me and shook his head and said, nobody is. As a little hook shot inside is no good by Gamo. Drop in the front court. It's tipped and goes behind Garrett Ward. He'll stay with the Indians out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought it might have been off Garrett, but I guess not. So, again, the Indians just looking to push really aggressively. If the break's there, they're going to go for it.
Smaley will get it in bounds to Ward. Now back to Smaley in the corner. Back to Ward. Scotty, we should say, he hooks McDonald to get around him. Shot no good. Done with the rebound, no good. As that's going to be a foul inside on who? It's on Hyde, his second.
Hyde, yeah. Loose ball foul. Boy, Scotty had a really good look at a putback there. He was up above the rim, just couldn't quite make it fall down in.
So here's the combination of Johnson and Stoddard, who's going to play catch again over on the right half of the court. As they go back out top to Johnson. Back to Stoddard, free throw line extended right. Forced to pass inside, dropped, fumbled, and Ty's going to get his third.
Yeah.
Ty was frustrated he couldn't catch up with the ball. Actually, they didn't call it. They called on Scott Dunn, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's just Dunn's first. 2 on the Indians here in the half. That's a bit of a break because Ty, almost out of frustration not being able to catch up with that loose ball, took a hack at it.
Yeah, he kind of reared his arm back.
Carson Judy will go to the free throw line here and shoot 2, and the first one's no good. Judy with 2 points in the game.
Yeah, Bees so far no answer here for the Preston squad.
Second one is good, and Carson has his first point, or check that, his third point, I should say.
Junior heavy team, this Bonneville team, they'll be better next year.
Absolutely, and get a little size on some of these guys too.
Yeah.
Smaley has it, holds up 2 fingers as it comes over to Dunn. Scott gives the ball to Smaley, bounce it down low to Harris, back outside to Dunn again, looks at another 3. Again, gets high bounce, won't go for him. Ward gets the rebound to Smaley, back to Ward, down low to Ty Hyde is good. Ty's got 19.
Yeah, great find. I'm not sure how Bonneville lost the biggest guy on the floor right under the basket, but great find.
3-pointer from straight away, that's good. Put up there by Carson Johnson.
Long 3-pointer.
That's his first points of the game. Again, Preston up into the front court, and that's going to be a reach-in foul against Ward after Johnson had taken the ball away. That's 2 on Garrett. Gabe Hammonds comes in. Rhett Robertson back into the game as well. So Ty with 19 ties his season high. He had 19 in the game against Nampa last weekend on the road trip to Boise. Another 3-pointer by Johnson. He's getting greedy now.
Yeah, that was just as long. 25-footer.
As the rebound is off, it goes to Carson Judy, who gets the easy layup, and a timeout on the floor called by the Indians. We'll take the timeout here as well. 3:55 to play, 54-19. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Indians have the ball and the lead. 3:50 to play here in quarter number 3. Hyde down low to Robertson. Great pass, and he's fouled. Can't get the layup to go down. Foul's going to be on Cy Gamol, his second. Brett Robertson's going to get a chance to go to the free throw line here and shoot 2. First one, no good.
Yeah, Rhett having his strongest game of the early season here so far.
You know, Rhett, unfortunately, last night was just kind of fell victim to the size of the Middleton guys inside. You know, he tried his best, and the fact that there for a while it seemed like for Preston there was a lid on top of the basket and nothing would go down.
Right.
And that was some of the shots that Robertson put up. They just rolled out. Johnson gives it off to Gamot. 3-pointer of his own. That's no good. Robertson has the rebound. Good position inside. He'll hand it to Smaley, who whips it down the floor to Dunn for the layup. Dunn's got a dozen, and the lead back out to 28. 57-29. Turnaround jumper is good, put up by Carson Judy. They're going to come back and go ahead.
Let's say that was another long outlet pass resulting in the score for the Indians. They're repeatedly beating the Bonneville team up the court, much to the displeasure of Coach Tucker over there on the bench.
Robertson holds it up high. Now gives it off to Dunn. Scotty out top of the key, looks for the cutter. It's Smaley. Smaley gets run into right at the free throw line as Carson Judy laid a pretty good forearm shiver into his shoulder. Now they get it back to Luke, back out near the timeline again. Tries to cross over, almost taken away by Stoddard. Luke gets it back, goes to Hammonds on the left side. He'll drive, layup is too strong.
And with the push, yep.
That's going to go against Ty. That's going to be 3. So Bryce Reeser will come back in. 3 team fouls on Ty, 4 on the team here in the half. And there's 2:20 to play here in the third quarter. 57-31, Preston on top. 3-pointer again put up by Johnson. That's no good. Robertson has the rebound. It goes to Smaley. Quickly up into the front court. Give it back to Hyde for the layup, and he'll hand the foul. And he'll get the 3-point opportunity.
Get another 40 or 50-foot pass up court and results in a layup. Hyde will get a chance to add to it from the line. I thought Ty might try to dunk that one, but the guy was right there on him, bodied him up.
You know, Ty doesn't have any problem hustling up the floor to get up the floor, but once the play stops and he has to walk, he looks a lot like Walter Brennan after that fall and been banging his knee or hip rather on the floor.
Right.
As ball's loose, comes to Bird. Now back out near the timeline again to Johnson, to Stoddard. Swing it over on the right side, back to Gamot. Inside the paint. It's a Bird, can't get a shot. Stoddard from the left corner. High arching rebound, bounce comes off. It's Bird, has it in the paint, trying to do something with it. Kick it back outside. Gamot, his 3-pointer, that's no good. Stoddard again has the rebound down low on the right block, gives it back outside to Stoddard.
Yeah. Offensive rebounds for Bonneville. Some of those are just odd bounces coming off long 3-pointers.
Stoddard back to Johnson, back to Gamot. Gamot. Free throw line there, gets it to Bird, kicks it back outside. Gamot for a 3-pointer, he made one. He's got 11, and he's made 3 threes in the game. Hammonds with his own 3 from the right corner is good. Hammonds got 15, he's got 3 threes of his own here today. And a timeout. We got a loose shoe here on the floor. Gives us a chance to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Stokes Market True Value on State Street, right here in Preston. 62-34. As
Indians really kind of cruising here in the second half.
You'd look for Jones to get some of the guys in the game. Oh, that's another three.
I think probably the start of the fourth quarter you'll see.
But there's really nobody down there who hasn't really had any minutes yet, with the exception of Brandon Hess. He's the only one on the bench who hasn't played. With the JV team is up. Ball's going to go into the back court. Hope they can say it was touched.
Yeah, it's touched.
As Luke gets it back up in the front court, it goes to Hyde. Hyde double teamed on the right block, gets in the corner to Dunn. Swing it back out top to Smaley. With the JV team playing in the championship game, Benson Palmer's not on the bench today for the Indians. He's over with the JV squad.
Right, they'll need him there.
Dunn, three-pointer, no good. Hyde has the rebound inside, dropped it. It looks like a rugby scrum, as it's going to be a jump ball.
One of those classic big man keep the ball high situations. Don't bring it down.
Oh, fortunately, that's a lesson that Ty still doesn't really take advantage of. That's one part of his height advantage that he really kind of shortchanges himself. Back up into the front court, it comes to Stoddard. They try to flip it up at the basket as the horn sounds, and that's the way the third quarter will end. 62-37, Preston with the lead. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go there right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH. KACH.
Fourth quarter, Preston leading 62-37. We'll remind you, coming up 5:30 this afternoon, it'll be the Utah State Aggies pregame show as they'll face the BYU Cougars in game 2 of the Beehive Classic down from Vivint Smart Home Arena. Tip-off is at 6, and we'll have the action for you right here with Scott Gerard here on KACH.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
That will be a good one.
Yeah.
As here's Luke Smaley up into the front court to start the fourth quarter. Gives it off to Garrett Ward. Ward stops from the right corner, takes a shot, no good. Harris up high to grab the rebound, has it poked away by Gameau, taken away by the Bees. Here comes Johnson up into the front court. Defenders are back, so he'll stop and set up the defense. Back out top, back to Stoddard. Stoddard goes back on the right side to Johnson, back out top to Stoddard. Down the left side it goes to Gameau. Back to Stoddard, back to Johnson. Back to Stoddard again. Again, they're just trying to look for an opening to try to penetrate inside, but there's nothing there. So they end up shooting another long three. This one by Stoddard is no good. Hess is on the floor to start the fourth quarter, has the rebound, gives it off to Smaley. Luke is cut off and then double teamed along the sideline, goes to Ward in the right corner.
Back to Hess, there you go.
Back to Smaley as Hess has it down low on the block, tries to go up, but he's fouled by McDonald. I don't see Ty on the bench.
Yeah, I wonder if
must have gone back to see the training staff. Don't really need him. Let's get some ice on that hip.
Yeah.
As Brandon Hess here, more than capable of playing the whole quarter. Smaley has it, top of the key. Get it over to Hammonds, who has another handful of threes tonight. Comes back to Smaley. Now he wants to drive, kick it off, as that pass is going to be a reach-in foul. That's going to be called against Stoddard. That'll be his second.
Yeah, not big like this. You want to use this time to try to develop your offense, run your stuff, and get guys used to their roles. Hammonds with the three from the corner doesn't go.
That one's no good. McDonald has the rebound. Wants to push it back quickly. Try to beat the Indians down the floor. They don't, so they'll set up the offense again. As they'll hand the ball back to Johnson. 6:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. 62-37, Preston on top. As inside, Gameau goes off the glass, no good. Smaley up high for the board. Runs it back up into the front court. As Luke will back it back out now, as the defenders were back. Hess comes out, sets the screen. Luke gets caught in traffic, loses the ball, as it's picked up by Stoddard. Behind the back dribble, back up into the front court.
Yeah, Luke couldn't quite split that double team there. He tried to drive it right down the middle.
Goes back over to Stoddard. Back to Johnson, now top of the key. Bounce it inside. Gameau turns, tries to go off the glass, no good. Then a silly foul by Gameau as he put his hand on Hess's shoulder just to give him a little extra lift and drew the foul. Okay, actually it's Carson Judy, not Gameau. Gets his second, team sixth. So Bonneville is out of fouls now for the final 5:49 of the game.
So the Indians, let's see, starting five except Hammonds and Hess on the floor. There's Hess for a
nice. Braden Hess.
Good find by Gabe out of the corner.
Has his first 2 points of the afternoon. 64-37. McDonald lobs it inside. There's Judy, kicks it back out. Johnson looked at the three, didn't take it. Now gives it off to Gameau. Gameau's going to drive on Ward, stops as he gets cut off by the baseline. Back to Johnson, three-pointer is good.
Lefty Johnson, that's the second long three of this second half. Missed a couple, but he's made a couple also.
Red Robertson will be back in for the Indians when the play is dead. Ward back to Hess. 14-foot jumper won't go as Harris tapped it, but tapped it out of bounds. So Robertson will come back in. Smaley is going to come out.
That'll probably be it for Luke today with the lead being 24.
I would think so, and Ward will run the point again. As the three guys on the bench, you'll probably see these five stay on the floor the remainder of the game. Shot no good. Robertson has the rebound. As Hyde, Dunn, and Smaley are all on the bench now, and that's pretty much where they will stay with that 24-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Hess is held, and that's going to be 1-1 for Braden. Yeah. Foul's going to go on Devin McDonald. That'll be his third.
So has a chance to add to his varsity total points. A junior. We'll be relying on him next year in the post.
Hess had 3 points so far coming into the game on the year, and has his third point here tonight as he makes the free throw. And if memory serves me correctly, that's his first free throws that he made so far this year, and he makes them both.
There you go.
Braden's got 4, and the lead back out to 26. 66-40. Three-pointer again put up by Gameau is good.
Side Gameau for a three-point basket.
Very quietly, Gameau's got 16 in the game.
Yeah, he's a good shooter, good size, about 6'3".
Hammonds has it tapped away as Johnson got a hand on it, knocked it away over by Coach Jones, who was standing in the corner. Bryce Reeser back into the game, number 2 in green. Hess will bring it in from down in the right corner. Gives it into Harris, back out top to Ward. 4:10 to play. Big lead for the Indians here. They'll take third place in their own tournament as the entry pass to Robertson is knocked away. As Reeser got a hand on it, Robertson's telling Ward, just throw it up a little bit higher where I can go up and get it.
Yeah, exactly. The big guy. I like to see the Indians trying to feed the post, though. Here's Harris with a three.
Harris for 3 from the right corner, no good. Gameau with pretty good position inside. Whoa, look out. As he wrestles the ball away from Braden Hess. Yeah, it'd be out of bounds for Bonneville. 4 minutes exactly, halfway done here in the fourth. Gameau comes to Johnson, back over here on the near side. Stoddard now back to Gameau again. Finds himself in the right corner, can't get a shot. They'll whip it back out top to Johnson. Back to Stoddard, now back to Johnson again. As he couldn't get a shot over the top of Harris, they go inside to Reeser, give it back to Gameau in the paint. That's no good. And Hess has another rebound. Ward will bring it back up into the front court here for the Indians.
There's a bad pass. Oh, somehow Ward saved it.
Bad pass. Somehow they save it on the floor, but it's taken away by the Bees. Here comes Gameau up into the front court. Almost traveled.
Yeah,
he did travel.
Got it.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community here in Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. 435-232-1837.
Yeah.
As they bounce it down low. Hess, reverse spin move. Where did he come up with that one?
Wow, nicely done.
He's got 6, and it's 68-43.
Full extension and some English off the glass. Nicely done on the reverse.
Over right in front of the little student section that's here from Bonneville. Johnson will take a long three. He's going to be fouled by Hess, or checked it by Harris, rather.
Yeah.
And that'll be 3 on Cole. Carson Johnson now goes back to the foul line with his 6 points so far. He'll attempt his first 2 free throws of the night. Actually, he's going to get 3, isn't he?
Yeah, 3 free throws. Like to see him, the Indians try to get Harris a shot down on the other end. He's a starter. He hasn't scored this game. See if they can run a play for him, maybe get him something.
First one is no good. There's the second from Johnson, a little between the feet dribble while he's standing at the free throw line as he makes that one.
Well, maybe that's his routine. Let's see if he does it again. That's his thing. Yeah, that's his thing. Between the legs again, free throw up and good.
Hey, whatever gets it done for you.
Yeah, whatever gets you in rhythm, I guess.
Ask Rick Barry.
Right.
You don't get style points. As Robertson fighting through the pick there of Reeser, has it out top, gives it to Harris. Harris back out top to Ward. Garrett's going to line up another 3.
Whoa,
banks it in.
Little grin from Garrett after that shot.
He's just glad to see it go through.
Yeah.
71-45. 2:20 to play. Bird. Johnson lines up another long 3 and hits that one.
Yeah,
that's beyond the NBA 3 from how he's shooting.
Yeah, he's not very tall. They list him at 5'10". He's probably 5'9", but he can shoot that long ball.
Hess is held underneath. He's going to go back to the free throw line and shoot a couple of more free throws.
Kellen Burton calling for personal foul is 3rd. Bring Hess to the foul line.
So here's Hess back to the line, and tonight's game is brought to you by Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. And ask about their catering options, too, as the first one by Hess is good. Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center on State Street in Preston.
So Hess will get one more. Try to add to his total. Does so.
He's made 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's got a season high of 8 here tonight.
High-scoring Indians back up in the 70s this game after being held to 52, I think, last night it was. So
3-pointer put up by Gameau is no good. Hess has the rebound. What can't this kid do? He can do everything. He's up into the front court. It comes to Harris. Gets cut off, so he can't quite go baseline. So he'll pull the ball back out. Hess to Hammonds. Hammonds trying to direct traffic with Stoddard right in his face. It goes to Ward. Garrett gets away from his defender. Hammonds in the corner. Get it down low to Robertson. Robertson too far into the bottom of the hoop. Hit the bottom of the basket twice. And then Hess misses from about 4 feet.
Boy, 3 good shots at it by our backup post players. Didn't get it to fall.
Gameau. Back to Johnson. Another long 3. That one's no good. Stoddard's got the rebound as they'll back it back out. 1 minute to play here in regulation. Big lead by the Indians. This has long since been decided as It comes back to Stoddard, now back to Johnson. Oh, shoot it again, kid.
Yeah.
Back to Stoddard. He'll take it this time. No good. As inside, that's Cole Harris.
He just fouled out on that.
Just kind of muscled his way through. That's number 4 on Cole.
Yeah.
And that should be free throws. Nope, it's not. It's just number 6 now.
Yeah, Cole's a little undersized to play that 4 spot, but he's strong and he likes to get physical in there, which is helpful.
First shot is inside, no good. We got bodies all over the place. And you can call this a foul, or are they going to call it?
I guess.
Yep, looks like it's going to be a foul. Somebody's going to go down here and shoot 1-and-1. To answer your question, is this the high point mark for the Indians this year? The answer is no. They scored 76 in the season opener against Shelley. So they have 42 seconds to pick up another 3 points. So here's Garrett Ward at the line. His first is good. First point of the game for. I probably put the wrong one. I said Cole Harris. That's actually 11 now for Garrett Ward.
That puts Garrett up into double figures, or he's great. Good bounce back.
Makes them both. He has 12. As the Garrett Ward marching just in Chowder Society off here to our right, he just jumps up and down. Gameau will take a 3. No good. Inside, Hess with good position has the rebound, gets it out to Hammonds. 25 seconds to go in the game. Preston doesn't have to shoot. They do have to get it across the timeline, which they do. Comes to Harris in front of the Preston bench. Back out to Ward. They come out, try to trap the ball as Garrett weaves his way through a triple team. Now gives it off to Hammonds. Back to Ward with 10 seconds to play. Comes back out now Harris. He's just Cole just hang on to it. And the ovations start as Bonneville's just going to let him dribble out the clock as Preston will win it by the final score of 75-48. And Preston improves their record. They're now 5-1 as they rebound back from that loss last night and get ready to go off on 2 games on the road before the holiday break comes at the end of next week. Preston wins 75-48. Post-game show rather is next. Stay with us.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Well, welcome back in here to the gym at Preston as the Indians rebound from their loss last night with, I don't know, does a 27-point win qualify as a laugher?
Yeah, well, Coach Tucker wasn't laughing, but a good win for the Indians nonetheless. Really a team, that we should beat. Look at the matchup on paper, and you come back from that disappointing loss and take care of business here in the afternoon. Afternoon starts are always a little weird. You're used to that nighttime routine, and now it's an afternoon, but Indians came out with good energy and took care of business today, so you like to see that.
They got good performances from Ty Hyde, Scott Dunn, and Gabe Hammonds once again. And Hammonds is actually playing himself into a lot more playing time. He's putting up the points.
He is. He's playing really well here, and we need that. We need that additional shooter from the perimeter, and he can do some good things out there for the Indians. So good to see Gabe with this real strong start to the season, and good to see Ty bounce back with a really good game. Quiet game from Luke Smaley. We didn't need his scoring today as much, but he handled the ball and ran the team well, but quieter on the scoreboard today for Luke, but that was okay. A lot of guys got involved, a lot of guys scored.
Yep, exactly. So they did exactly what they needed to do. Get back out on the floor, pick up a victory before they go off on the 2 games here before the holiday break. They'll play Tuesday night at Shelley, and then next Friday night they'll play another conference game as they'll go play the road game at Century.
Yeah, Century, that's always a tough game, a tough place to play. Coach Frost has that program going well. They're in a bit of a rebuilding year this year. They lost Rogers, their big 6'7" kid. They lost Harwell, some of their good players, but they have a good coach and a good system, and it's hard to beat them there at Century. The Shelley game, we saw Shelley here, and they're struggling this year. It's a game that, you hope you can win out there on the road. And, boy, if you pick up a couple road wins and then you go into the Christmas break at 7-1, I guess, and a couple district wins under your belt already, you're feeling pretty good about the start of your season.
And then, of course, coming up in the middle of the Christmas break, they, on 2 weeks from today, they have the game at Logan.
Right, the Grizzlies. We've been playing them the last several years, home and home, or at least somehow in a tournament or something.
Right.
And I think Logan, again, a bit of a rebuilding year. They've lost a lot of their starters off last year's team that was really quite good. So we'll see what the Grizzlies have. But I like when we can play these other Valley teams. We have these teams that are a lot easier on the transportation costs and the ability for fans to get there.
Right.
And just good local competition here at these schools in Cache Valley.
I like it too because it's about 2.5 miles from my house.
Right.
So it's a road game for me, but it's a home game because it's right around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
Anyway, Preston wins at 75-48, a 27-point win to bounce back from the loss last night. We'll come back and look at the stat sheet as we wait for Coach Jones to come out from the locker room. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Each other a million times being in the Boise area and then summer ball and everything else.
Let's take a look at the stats from tonight's game. First of all, for the Bonneville Bees, Bryce Reeser played but did not score. Branson Casper also did not score, nor did Killian Bird. Carson Johnson hit a couple of long threes during the game, finished the game with 6 points. Caleb Stoddard had 5. Cy Gamal was their leading scorer. He finished the game with 16, including 3-point shots. Carson Judy finished the game with 10, and Devin McDonald had 8. For the Indians, Ty Hyde, even though he took a hard spill in the middle of the game and was kind of limited on his mobility by banging up a hip a little bit, he finished the game with 21. Scott Dunn had a dozen in the game tonight. Luke Smaley finished the game with 2. Cole Harris had no points tonight. He did not score. Garrett Ward finished the game with 12. Gabe Hammonds with 15. And Brandon Hess finished the game with a season-high 8. Rhett Robertson also had a good game off the bench in just his third game back, rather. After the knee problem, he finished the game tonight with 5. So Preston wins it big. We'll come back, wrap up tonight's broadcast. We'll keep looking for Coach Jones, and we'll get some final comments from Miles. We continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
So Preston wins the game 75-48. Still keep looking over here to see if Coach Jones is going to pop out of the runway back to the clubhouse. I don't know, it's the clubhouse. I don't know how long I've been doing baseball. Back to the locker room.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him as of yet. So let's talk about some of your final thoughts, your impressions of the game today.
Yeah, good bounce back win. You hope to see that with a senior laden squad, and that's what you got. They didn't sulk or pout or hang their heads and worry about last night. They came out and just took care of business against a Bonneville team that was a little undersized and a little young, but you play who's in front of you, and Preston took advantage. Got a lot of fast break points, found Ty for a lot of easy baskets. I don't think Ty took a shot outside of about 3 feet away from the rim. And, that's just what you need to see tonight. So good win for the Indians. You gear up now for a non-conference non-district next week, and then a district game against Century that'll be big. As good as our district is, Dan, Pocatello's been better than expected. I saw Burley really put it on Twin Falls the other night.
Yeah.
Burley's got the Whiting kid who's already signed with Boise State. Minico's tough. again, you only get 3 teams to state out of the district. It's going to be another dogfight, even just to get to state out of our district.
Yeah, the other team that's surprising a little bit so far this year is Wood River. You know, they were 3-1 coming into the weekend as well.
Yeah, they've been down for a long time, but I think they're more senior heavy this year. So Wood River could be a tough game. Go ahead. No.
And keep your eye on Minico. They may have lost a lot of their size inside, but they have a new look and a new scheme under new head coach Brady Trinkle, who's not going to let them stand outside and everybody shoot threes. They're going to be a much different team. I knew Coach Trinkle from when I was back in Kansas for 3 years.
Yes.
He was the head coach at the junior college there in Garden City, and I guarantee you his game is not just cast up threes all night long.
Yeah, and they bring back some really good talent as well. Minico does. So
right.
Yeah, you know, every district game is just huge, and you got to, the ones you can win on the road almost seem to count double in a way emotionally. So if you can pick up that road win at Century, why, that'd be great.
Well, I see some members of the Preston team out here, but I do not see Coach Jones. Let's go ahead and wrap up tonight's broadcast. First of all, glad to have you back. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Great to be with you again, and look forward to another great season of Preston basketball with you, Dan, here on the KACH and with all of our fans and listeners.
Absolutely, and we'll look forward to it. We'll get back as we get back home. The next home game for Preston is actually on January the 3rd and 4th. That's a Friday night, Saturday afternoon. Twin Falls and Wood River will come here after the Christmas break. So we'll look forward to working with you again coming up after the first of the year.
Yeah, that'll be great, and good to broadcast with you again tonight.
Thank you. So that'll wrap up our broadcast here tonight. I want to remind you the next game for the Preston Indians comes up on Tuesday night. As they'll hit the road, they'll go to Shelley, and then on Friday they'll head to Century to face the Diamondbacks. We'll have both of those games for you here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Pre-game show for both of those games is at 7:15. They'll tip the game off at 7:30 both nights. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator has been John Beverly. We thank everyone for listening. For Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard, reminding you of the final score as the Indians beat the Bees by the final score of 75-48. From here at Preston High School, we wish you a very pleasant good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.